Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. You've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes. We're live in the Success Vortex where positivity meets. And guys, I don't know what's brought you here today. You're obviously looking for some way, some strategy on how you can generate additional income. And it's a really interesting time right now in the world overall. Now, what's happening, guys, is that we're going through almost like a global restructuring right now. There's a lot of people right now that are finding themselves out of work, and it's not by their own choice. It's like their industry is literally being eliminated. Their job is literally being eliminated out of these companies. A lot of companies are cutting back. They're putting people into retirement a lot earlier. They don't want to pay the higher level income, so they're skimming the cream off the top. They're giving their mid-level management a lot more responsibility, and they're putting it into a situation where, in a lot of times, guys, if you're working for a company, you may be working after hours or taking your work home with you, working weekends, and actually not getting paid as much as the previous person that was there at your particular job. So they're giving more responsibility to people, paying them less money, and then cutting a lot of the positions right out of the marketplace. Okay, now you might be one of those people. You could be in a situation where you just want to add a little bit of extra cash flow to your life, right? You could be in a situation where you've got credit card debt that's starting to compound and pull you down, right? And it gets heavier and heavier and heavier until it typically reaches a position where you only can do one of two things. You can either start skipping your car payments, or you can start skipping a mortgage payment, right? That's typically what happens for most families. They start living off their credit cards to buy groceries. The credit cards get maxed. Now they're paying interest on all of that money. Now they start to avoid either the car payment or the mortgage payment, or maybe even rent. You could find yourself with an eviction notice, and now what? Now what do you do? Right? You could be in a situation, guys, where you're actually with another network marketing company, but you can't recruit new reps even if your life depended on it, because they don't teach people how to properly run a business like this. And it's very unfortunate. So what I believe is this: whatever the situation that's brought you here today, I'm going to show you some strategies on what you can do so that your phone starts ringing off the hook with incoming calls, so that people start to literally start chasing you with credit card in hand, wanting to get involved with your business. Okay, now wouldn't that be exciting? Wouldn't that be exciting if you were in a situation where you could actually have a full-time income working on a part-time basis? Now, one of the things I'm going to share with you tonight is that a lot of people that start with us actually start on a very casual part-time basis, okay? Now, what I will share with you as well is that 80% of your success will be whether or not you actually just show up, okay? 80% of your success will be whether or not you actually just show up for Millionaire Mentoring. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to sort of go behind the scenes a little bit here. I'm going to take you right behind, like I'm talking about right into my back office. I'm going to show you the strategies. I'm going to show you how they work, and I'm going to explain to you what makes this different, what makes this so unique, and how you can literally create an online cash machine once you learn how to use these strategies. Is that fair enough, guys? Is that fair enough? Okay, great. So
Yes.
perfect. So here's the first thing that I'm going to share with you guys is that, you know, this is back 25 years ago when I first got started in this type of an industry. My mentor was a millionaire. okay? And he basically, you know, as I wrote out my bank draft, right, I went to the bank, I got a bank draft, my entry price, guys, my entry price over 25 years ago was $4,000, okay? That was my starting price. Now, I want for you to realize, what would that mean in today's day and age? Probably around 12 grand, right? Now, as I am signing my distributor application form and sliding this across this big, huge, giant desk, he says, Darren, you want to become a millionaire? I said, absolutely I do. He said, okay, rule number one, if you want to become a millionaire in this industry, I don't want you talking about our business, right? Meaning the company, right? Now, I came from the world of features and benefits, guys, okay? So the automotive industry, features and benefits. The real estate industry, features and benefits. The mortgage broker industry, features and benefits. Retail, features and benefits. That was the world that I came from. And he told me that he didn't want me talking about the actual company that we sold products for. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Well, you know, if he doesn't want me talking about the company, then I'll just talk about the products. He said, Darren, rule number two, if you want to become a millionaire, I don't want you talking about our products. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, at that point in time, I thought that what we were doing was illegal, because how's that going to work? How am I going to be able to sell products? How am I going to be able to sell this if I can't talk about this, right? Or I can't talk about, you know, this coffee is made by Tim Hortons. So if I can't talk about Tim Hortons, and I can't talk about this, you know, dark roast, you know, extra large coffee, what the heck am I going to talk about? Like, how am I going to sell this to people? Okay, that is a features and benefits business. Okay, so he said, Darren, if you want to make big money in this type of a business, you need to talk about them. Okay, now I was even more confused at that point. How am I going to be able to sell this by talking about them? How's that possible, right? So here's the interesting thing, guys. What I realized is the more that I actually talked about the other person, the more they were interested in doing business with me. It's a bizarre thing. It's totally bizarre. Now, if I had not learned these strategies, guys, I would never have become a millionaire at the age of 35. So the stuff that I'm going to share with you tonight is real. Okay, this is what has made me millions and millions of dollars. I use these same strategies to raise tens of millions of dollars for public companies, for private companies, for my own ventures, for my own products, when I roll them out. So this formula works straight across the board, not only in networking, but in real business. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of business that you have, whether you're raising venture capital, whether you are looking for sponsors, or you're doing charity work, it doesn't matter. They're all the same principles. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes so that you can really understand how this works, why it works, the strategy behind it, and totally take your mind into a complete paradigm shift where you go, ah, I get this now. This makes sense. Okay, is that fair enough? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And I want for you guys to really understand the flow of this. Okay, so the first thing that can you guys see my page here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So the first thing that you guys need to understand here is that if you want to make big money in this type of a business model, content changes everything. Okay, so if you are not creating online real estate that is going to be available online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether you are working at your current job, whether you're sleeping, whether you're grocery shopping, whether you're out with your kids, whether you're on a vacation, if you do not have online real estate that offers value and solves people's problems, then you are still trading time for money. Now, what do I mean by that? That means that typically if you're working a job, you're going to go to work, you're going to do a specific task, you're either going to get paid hourly or monthly, and you're going to get your paycheck. Now, if you don't show up, you don't get paid. Okay, now if you take that same model onto the internet, it works exactly the same. So if you're working on your computer, you're going to get paid. If you're not working on your computer, you're not going to get paid. So that's the same type of worker bee, trading time for money, job mentality. You got to get away from that, guys, and that's why this is so critical. So this is called a Kalatu blog, okay? Now the blog is designed so that you can have it set up in about 10 or 15 minutes. It already has all the WordPress plugins in it, and it looks really good. And it comes with all these banners are already in place, ready to go, so that it becomes easy for the average Joe. Okay, I'm talking about from a 5-year-old kid all the way up to a grandma or a grandpa, people that have never even used the computer before, to be able to understand how this formula works. Okay. Now you can see here from my blog, you know, I'm specifically targeting people in the home-based business industry, right? Because that's my target market. My passion, my true passion, is really about the power of the mind, right? How to master your mind for maximum profit, okay? Because that's really my true passion. So the world that I come from is really the background of personal development, which is really about what this industry that we're in is truly about, okay? So it's not about pitching people products, it's really a leadership business model, right? And I'm going to share with you a little bit about how that works. So you learn a strategy, right? So this may be something that you're learning tonight about having to have online real estate that's going to replace you so that the online real estate keeps on working for you while you're at work. The online real estate keeps on working for you, right, while you're sleeping, right? The online real estate keeps on working for you while you're out grocery shopping, while you're hanging out with your children. Now, if you're not doing this, guys, okay, if you have a business, even an online business, and you're not creating content, right, you're missing the entire point of this, okay? Now, this has two goals. What are the goals? I want people to be able to get to know me. Who am I? Who is this guy here, right? So they can connect with me on Facebook. They can connect with me on Twitter. They can watch some of my YouTube videos, right? You can also add on here things like Pinterest or Instagram, right? So this little box right here is going to give people an opportunity to get to know me. Who am I? What do I represent, right? What's my vision, right? What kind of value do I create, right? So you want to start to think about this little box here. How can you create as much amount of value if somebody clicks here, or clicks here, okay? Now, this particular blog post is 6 simple steps to completely crush it online with just a few hours a day, right? Because most people work a full-time job, okay? Now, I want to share with you that my goal here is to take people through sort of a story, right? To take them on what I call a little bit of a roller coaster so that they can start to connect into what I call possibility thinking. So they start to look at this lifestyle, they start to look at the possibilities, they start to go down here and see a situation where maybe I've had like a $2,000 day, right? Here's me and my son hanging out, in the summertime. It talks about some of the important things that you need to learn, and here's a $2,061 or $51.25 day that happened while I was doing other things, guys. That's the important thing that you got to understand, okay? Now, what's the objective here? Okay, I want to be able to build rapport, right? I want to be able to change a person's state, right? Take them on that roller coaster, right? I want to be able to provide value, solve their problems, and then give them a place where they can go get more information without me. Okay, it's very important that you get this, guys. Without me. Okay, so let's say that the person, you know, comes here and they scroll down here and they go, oh, what's this? And they click this, right? It's going to take them to one of these type of pages, right? Now this says, you're about to discover the simple system I used to make $438,883.78 from my laptop. You've probably seen these before all over the internet, and what this is going to do now, it's going to build a list of targeted, qualified prospects, okay? Now, once a person opts in here, what's going to happen next? They're going to go to here. Now, this is going to give them a fully automated presentation. Here's the clicker, guys. Without me. Okay, hear what I'm saying here. Without me. Okay, so that means that once I can get content that's going to solve people's problems, and I put it on social media, I put it on Facebook, I put it on Twitter, I put it on Instagram, I put it on Pinterest, right? I put it on YouTube. They're going to be pulled back to my blog where they're going to get value. They're going to click one of those banners, they're going to opt in, they're going to go to a page like this, and they're going to get an automated presentation, hear me again, without me participating in this process. Okay, now what's going to happen here is they're going to watch a video. So here's this. Here's a little snapshot of a couple seconds of this.
Here I helped a very small group of people earn over $3.1 million. A lot of them had never even made a penny online before. And this year, I want to help thousands more, including you. Now, if you don't get to the end of this video, I can't help you. But if you do, you're going to leave here today with a $50,000 per month method, risk-free, guaranteed. Don't believe me? Well, then keep watching.
I was always looking for a system that will allow us to stay home with our kids. The first month we applied it, we generated $57,000 a month. The second month we did over $63,000.
And then I got involved in the system, and in the first 3 weeks I was able to earn over $4,000 just doing what I was told. And I'm just really grateful for what the system has done for me and my family, and the ability to really feel good about what I'm doing going forward.
We went from $100 in our checking account to over $500,000 in a little over 2 years with this system. Not typical results, but it's becoming more typical because of the system in place here.
You are realistically able to make money right away, which is great.
And then when I started using this system, I had my best month ever of $70,000 in a single month. So anyone watching this video, I highly recommend you plug into this same system. It's going to simplify your life.
I want you to stop whatever you're doing and pay close attention. What I have to share with you today can have a direct impact on you and your bank account in a matter of a month. Look, if you listen and watch what I'm about to show you in the next few minutes, I promise you, you can leave this page with a $50,000 per month method of making money that has never been revealed before. And as I mentioned, this is going to be 100% risk-free, guaranteed.
Okay, so that's now going to take people through an automated presentation, and if they're interested to move forward, right, to start making money today from their laptop, and they click here, it's now going to take them to a buy page. Okay, so they're going to take a 30-day free affiliate membership, get the Kalaxu Premium blog. They're going to take a $7 trial for 14 days, which is going to then become a recurring revenue for you because they're going to pay $97 a month. So they're going to opt in here. Now, in the event, guys, that they don't buy, their email is going to go into a follow-up series. This is called Aweber. There's also GetResponse. There's also other autoresponders. So these emails now are going to go out to them on immediately, day one day after, another day after, another 3 days after, another day after. So this follow-up series is going to do a couple of things. It's going to now build rapport with them. It's going to offer them more value, and it's going to drive them back to a sales video presentation where they can enroll. Okay, so the formula is actually very, very simple. So if I go into here, now I can also communicate with those people over time. Now you can see here that the list starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you send out emails to those people to build more rapport with them, to offer more value, and you can see here that here 738 people opened this a special gift for you on Christmas. 128 people clicked on the link. 746 people opened this one. 60 people clicked on it. So now what happens is you start to move into what I call automated income. It gives you an opportunity to actually build your business while you're having a life, okay? So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to just opt in, and I'm going to show you a little bit behind the scenes here so that you can get an idea of what's possible. Okay, so once you get enrolled, if you click the link right underneath this particular video, there's a Get Started Now button, right? So you can actually take that trial yourself, get the system, go through the setup, plug into our Millionaire Mentoring, and you can start to make money, literally, guys, within 24 to 48 hours, you can start making money once you plug into these strategies. So I'm going to log in here into my back office, and I'm going to give you an idea of what we actually market. What do we market, okay? What do you really need to go through in order to become a top income earner and a top recruiter, okay? Okay, so we have a series of products, okay? So the main thing that we have here is our Kalatu blog. Okay, so the Kalatu blog allows you to have that online real estate, your central hub, where you're going to provide your value from. Now, in the event that you also want to sort of protect yourself from YouTube, what's happening right now, guys, just so you know, YouTube is cracking down on marketers, and they're deleting a lot of accounts, especially in the network marketing, home business, direct sales type of business models. So we have a hosting service where you can actually keep all of your videos, what I call in the safe zone. So if something ever happens where YouTube shuts down your channel, you're going to have all of your videos saved through our hosting service. So if you get the Kalatu Premium blog, you get now the ability to have 10 different niche blogs for particular niche markets, and also video hosting. Now, we have basically 4 training products, okay? The first thing that you've got to do is you've got to work on your mindset. You've got to realize that 95% of the success of your business is going to be all in your head, okay? Now, if I go here into access this particular product, these are audios that have been put out by all of the successful people in the company. And they're really generic on really success principles. What do you have to do to start being able to make $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 in a month to be able to completely, totally change your life? And we archive these. So if you go here as an example into the Inner Circle Rewind, you can see here, here's 2015, 2014. They're archived all the way back to the very, very beginning of when the company very first launched. Now, I will share with you that we're past that sort of ground floor situation. We've done almost $200 million in sales of these particular products. So it gives you an idea that we obviously have some value here that we're bringing to the marketplace for us to be able to do that type of volume, okay? But we're literally just at the starting point where the business is starting to go into vertical liftoff. Now, there's 3 training products that we have, okay? They're one-time product purchases. These ones are monthly because that's your online real estate, and this is your mindset. Those are monthly recurring revenues that you will be able to have coming in that will create the foundational marketing budgets for your business to be able to run your business with, right? So you don't need a huge team to make a full-time income. It's very important that you get that. With a small little tiny team, you can make what most people make working their full-time job, which is between $3,000 and $5,000 a month in North America. If you want to go to the bigger levels of the program, there's 3 training products that we have. The Top Producer Formula is a one-time product purchase of $500, okay? And it teaches you how do you become a top producer. What do you do? How do you make sales? How do you recruit people into your business, right? How do you move into a leadership role? Right? Now that product that's $500 will pay you between 30 and 70%, depending on how you're ranked in the company for your efforts, okay? Between 30 and 70% commissions. So keep in mind, those commissions get pretty large when they're anywhere from $150 all the way up to about $350 just from that one product, okay? It's a one-time product purchase. Now, what do you do once you have people on your team? How do you create culture? How do you motivate people? How do you inspire people? How do you lift people up into action, into leadership, okay? This is the team building formula, and it teaches you how to do that. Okay, now that's a $1,000 product. It's a one-time product purchase, but keep in mind, it's paying you between 30 and 70%, okay? Now, 30% would mean $300, 70% would mean $700 per transaction, guys. So you keep in mind, you don't need a lot of transactions to be able to make a full-time income with our program. Now, once you do that, typically people start doing things like mastermind events. They start coming out with their own products, right? I've come up with 3 products now myself. Speed recruiting that teaches you how to become a top recruiter, subconscious mind tapping that teaches you how to tap into your subconscious mind, and 10x unstoppable minds. I'm working on my 4th product now called Unleash the Alpha Within, okay? Now, I learned that, guys, by going through this product called Mass Influence. How do you get to a point where you can fly into a city and have 50 people, 100 people, 200, 300, 400, 500 people, 1,000 people wanting to hear what you have to say about marketing? Now, that's a $3,500 one-time product purchase, but think about how big those commissions are, guys. When you're making between 30 and 70% commissions, you don't need a lot of transactions to be able to make a full-time income, okay? Now, here's how our marketing plan works. Okay, it's kind of like a video game in sort of a way. Now, your first goal is this. You want to make 5 sales of anything, right? Doesn't matter what they are. 5 sales of anything, and you become a boss. When that happens, this goes cha-ching, and it goes green. That's going to give you a 5% override on everybody that's coming into your business, right? Now, once you help a person also do what you just did, cha-ching, you move up to boss maker. So now you're getting a 10% override on all of those people. Now, when you work with the team using the team building formula, you now start to make quite a bit of money, guys, because you got overrides plus your sales. You hit $2,000, cha-ching, another 5% override. Now you're at 15%. Once you get up to $5,000, cha-ching, now you're at a 20% override. Once you help somebody become a boss and you make $5,000, now you're at Boss Maker Silver, another 5%. Now you got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% override, right, on the whole team. Now, once you hit 10,000, right, you get another 5%, and this is where the really big money starts to kick in. So we have what's called a Uniline compensation plan. The moment that you click that link below, guys, the moment that you say, you know what, I'm going to change my life, I'm doing this, the moment that you actually get activated, you become part of our Uniline. And every single other person that comes into the business is going to go underneath you in a long straight line. Now, once you achieve these bonuses here, guys, you get access to this money here. So this is 945, 1218, another 1221, another 823. But the big money starts to happen when you hit gold, when you hit platinum, and when you hit diamond. So when you hit 10,000, there's between $2,150 and $3,993 extra bonus money. Once you hit 20,000, there's another $2,150 to $3,993 extra bonus money. Once you hit 30,000, there's another $3,225 to $5,990 in extra bonus money. So it becomes very, very exciting. Keep in mind, there's going to be 5 Unilines for each one of the products, right? Separately for each one of the products. So if we go back up here, you're going to have a Uniline for Kalatu, a Uniline for Inner Circle, a Uniline for Top Producer, a Uniline for Team Building, a Uniline for Mass Influence. So that means that technically you're actually making money from people that joined years ago in the program just by taking a position, clicking the link below, right underneath this video, throwing your hat over the wall and saying, Darren, I'm ready to take my life to the next level. Let's do this. After that, you need to just plug in, show up to our mentoring, and start making money. Now, we have really training here, guys, for every different level. You can see that here we've got our beginner club training. That's for people that have never, ever done anything like this before. They've got a blog. Maybe they're on a low budget, but they don't really know what to do. So Mondays 5 to 6, Wednesdays 5 to 6, we have our beginner club training. Right now, in the event that you have the Inner Circle Mindset training, you've now accessed the Elite Club training. Every Tuesday night from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, we have our Elite Club training. Now, if you get all the way up to the Team Building Formula, that's the Top Producer and the Team Builder, now you access our Builder Club, right? That's the 6-Figure Builders Club. Every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we have $1 million income earners that teach you how to really take your business to 7 figures and beyond, okay? So far, we've created 15 verified millionaires, 15 so far. And there's a lot of people right now that are very, very close to making that $1 million income, right? They're going to be going off like popcorn here. Now, in 2016, our goal is to help create 100 millionaires per year, right? 2016 onwards, 100 millionaires per year. Now the question is one of those millionaires going to be you, okay? Now typically, people that want to make the largest amount of money, I believe that the fastest way to the top is to make the biggest amount of commissions with the least amount of effort. So what I did was I got all the products. So it allowed me to start having $3,000 commissions, right? Now, I just started on this path a short time ago, guys. When they rolled out this whole automated system, it took me 3 weeks to have my first $3,000 day. The first month I made 10 grand. By the third month I had a $25,000 month, and within 7 months I made over $100,000, okay, from a complete flat start. Now, I will just put an income disclaimer out there, and I will tell you this. Number one, I don't know how connected you are to your dream. Number two, I don't even know if you'll show up for Millionaire Mentoring, right? And number three, I don't know if you're prepared to take action, right? You're going to make the most amount of money with the least amount of effort if you can make the biggest amount of commissions, and that's right in this zone right here, okay? Keep in mind, 30 to 70% on 500, on 1,000, and on $3,500. Now, we would not have done $200 million in sales already, guys, if people were not getting value from our training, right? So hopefully that makes sense to you. A company doesn't do that type of income, of sales, if people don't see what they have as being valuable, if they're not transforming their life, if they're not making more money than they've ever made before, they wouldn't be able to get people to purchase these products, right? Really, really simple. So what I want to do right now here is I want to reach out to our panel to, just talk to a couple people that have actually been plugging into our Millionaire Mentoring and training to get an idea of where were they before, what was going on in their life prior to Millionaire Mentoring, maybe what is the biggest day that they've ever had so far in a short period of time, right? And what do they see for the future being plugged into Millionaire Mentoring? So I want to reach out first of all to Daniela. Daniela, can you unmute, please?
Hello.
So Daniela, first of all, introduce yourself. Tell people where are you from, what did you do before, what kind of career were you in, and what's been your biggest day so far plugging into Millionaire Mentoring and utilizing this training?
Cool. What's up? I'm Daniela. I am actually from South Texas. I grew up here, and for the last 12 years, I worked in restaurants. I worked as a full-time chef, doing like seafood and doing sushi. And I joined Empower about 4 months ago, or in August. And the biggest day I've had online so far has been $800. It's been awesome.
Fantastic. So an $800 day. And, guys, what I'm going to share with you here is that this can happen very, very fast, okay? Very, very fast. One of my students, Chad Turner, who started off as a waiter, okay, was only making $2,100 a month. Once again, income disclaimer, guys. I don't know if he'll even show up, right, for Millionaire Mentoring. But it took him 3 weeks to have his first $3,000 day. Why? Because he was coachable, right? He surrendered his pride and his ego. He got funding, right? He actually went to his dad. His dad gave him some funding to get started, and it took him 3 weeks to have his first $3,000 day. Since that time, he's had 8 $3,000 days, and recently just had a $10,000 week. Now, he went all the way up to Mass Influence and has now created his own product, right, called the $1 Million Twitter Formula, right? His name's Chad Turner. So he is a person who has, followed the steps, right? He didn't try and reinvent the wheel. He didn't say, Darren, I got a better way. Thanks a lot for your advice, but I got some other strategy that I'm going to use, right? He didn't do that. He just followed the simple steps, right? And now he's having the success. Now, here's the cool thing. His dad saw the success he was having. His dad has never, ever had a computer or a smartphone, okay? And he just had his first $3,000 day recently, too. So that becomes very, very exciting when both the father and the son, 2 different generations, one never used a smartphone or computer, can start having $3,000 days too. What would that be like for you if you could have something like that happen for you and your father or you and your mother to be able to work in sort of synergy and a partnership, right, with a big vision, traveling the world with a laptop to be able to start making income like that? So what I want to do right now is I want to reach out to Michelle Grote. Michelle, are you there?
Hi, Darren.
So, Michelle, you've got a really inspirational story here because just a short time ago, your life really went down sort of a rabbit hole. You ended up on suicide row in the hospital under suicide watch. Tell us the story. What happened for you, and how did things turn around for you once you plugged into Millionaire Mentoring?
Well, I have really spent most of my life in the victim role, not believing in myself, feeling like everything is against me, and feeling like everybody's against me, and I'm not good enough, and I don't love myself enough, I'm not deserving enough, I'm not worthy enough. So found myself in a relationship where I really wasn't valued enough, and mental, emotional problems, you name it. The universe was just smacking me left and right. And I ended up in the hospital because I didn't value myself or my life. And I hooked up with you, and you reached into my rabbit hole, and you know, you said, Michelle, you're worthy. Abundance is your birthright, and you hung on to me long enough for me to see that I was worthy, and to really help me with my mindset, you know, to turn me around long enough. I've studied mindset, and I've studied the law of attraction, and I've studied all that, but I never practiced it. So you held on to me long enough so that I would practice it. And I invested in this company, and so when I had monetary investment in it, I wasn't going to let go of it. So that's what happened to me. And I recruited 12 people in less than 10 days. And I got on the leaderboard, number 9 on the leaderboards out of tens of thousands of affiliates. So that was pretty amazing. And then I had my first over $150 day. It was like a $165 day. And then I just recently had a $214 day. So I'm moving on up. Just connecting people with their dreams. Yep, it's amazing. And my personal life is just really getting so much better, and that's really what matters to me right now.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations and continued success. Guys, I want to move out to Seb Brantigan, who's from the UK. Guys, one thing I want you to understand here is that we are a global business, okay? That means once you get this concept, you can literally have a business working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That means that when I go to sleep, there's other people around the world on my personal team that are still working to build their businesses, right? That means that I'm open, making money 24/7, 7 days a week, guys. Because when it's Sunday for me, it's Monday for the people in the UK. How about that, right? Pretty cool. Right? Pretty cool to have a business open 24/7 with cash flow just coming in, right? So Seb has a really cool story, guys, because he's only 23 years old. Seb plugged into Millionaire Mentoring, and I think it took him 10 days to manifest into his reality, plugging in. He's now completely turned his life around. Once again, I'm going to put it out to you. Income disclaimer, guys. I don't even know if you'll show up for Millionaire Mentoring, or I don't even know if you will click the link below so that you can get structured in our Uniline, and every single other person that's watching right now will be put into your business right now. So that might be a good time to take action and start clicking that link. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hear from Seb Brantigan from the UK.
Thanks, Darren. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so what really happened to me is I joined Millionaire Mentoring about 45 days ago, and before that, I was building a network marketing business myself. I still work full time, and so I was, building my business my part time. But I had very little mentoring, and I really was trying to figure everything out myself. And it got to the point where I'd been in the industry for about 3 or 4 years, and I'd just bought endless products, endless things, trying to basically, go around doing actually what I need to do, which was find a mentor, find someone who could help me to, lead me in the direction of using the information I had to actually get the results. And so before Millionaire Mentoring, I was maybe getting 2 free signups a month at best in my old business. And so when I actually did join Millionaire Mentoring, I probably recruit 2 or 3 people a week now, and I've had a $200 day, and literally the day after that I had a $100 day, and I think a day or 2 after that it was a $70 day. And the cool thing is, these commissions, I wasn't physically there to make the sales. So these are all, things that I'd set up through Millionaire Mentoring, through applying the strategies. These are all things that were very much automated, which was great. I didn't physically have to be there to make the sale, and now it's at a point where I'm still able to automate a lot of my business. So I'm able to make more money with less effort, and I'm also able to help my team get the same results as well. So my team are getting results. It's not just me. So that's really been the best part for me is I'm seeing results, but it's even more inspiring when you can help others to do the same thing too.
Fantastic. Well, continued success. Okay, let's just reach out here to Simon. Simon, are you there?
I am indeed. Darren, can you hear me?
Absolutely. Simon, you know, you've got a really, really interesting story because you work full-time as a chef in a restaurant. You started doing this business on a very casual, part-time basis. In the first month, when you plugged into Millionaire Mentoring, what was the best day or a couple days that you had plugging in, applying these strategies, applying these formulas? How much money did you make in that period of time?
Well, Darren, I started just after Seb, because I actually joined Seb because I seen the power of Millionaire Mentoring. I've been in the industry 4 years, and for 3.5 years it was a long, hard struggle for me. Probably actually 2 months ago it was a long, hard struggle until I got into Millionaire Mentoring. I was the guy who was like going into town and handing out flyers and going outside of job centres and and actually handing out flyers and trying to help people find jobs and stuff, find work fast and stuff like that. And I'd get a load of leads on my phone, and then basically they wouldn't pick up the phone, and it's just a long, hard struggle because I didn't have no guidance, no direction or anything like that. So, cut a long story short, I got into Millionaire Mentoring. Before I was in Millionaire Mentoring, I didn't believe in myself as much as I thought I did. My belief system was down. I didn't love myself enough, but it was about 3 weeks into Millionaire Mentoring, and one session allowed me the next day to make $940 in 2 days.
Wow, so $940 in a 2-day period of time. And how does that compare to what you're making working full-time as a chef in the restaurant? So give people sort of some reference for that.
Well, I think $940 is about £700 these days because it's catching up to each other now, the currency. So say about £700. That's just under a monthly wage for 2 days.
So basically,
for 2 days.
Guys, you know, really pay attention right here. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, I want for you to understand the impact of this. So this is somebody that has been in the industry. They struggled. They spun their wheels for a long, long time. They finally just said, okay, I'm going to get a mentor. Okay? So within a 3-week period of time, they made $940 in 2 days, and that's almost an entire full month's of salary working full-time as a chef in a restaurant in the UK. Now, what's going to happen a year from now? Think about this. What's going to happen for these people's lives in 2 or 3 years if in their first month they're having breakthroughs? I want you to really think about this. A lot of people, they start a home-based business, they get all excited, and they never recruit anybody. They keep on paying their auto ship every month, and they never, ever get lift off because they're never taught. They don't even know how to recruit. They don't know what to do, right? They don't understand about the features and benefits business model versus the problem-solving business model, the leadership business model. Now, I will share with you, this is a leadership business model. Okay, it's not about pitching people. Okay, that's not what we do. Okay, this is about being a leader. This is about solving people's problems. And there's only about 5 problems that people actually have in this type of a business model. And if you can get good at those 5 simple things, the problems that people have, you, my friend, can totally change your life and never ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. Now, here's the cool thing. It just goes like this. It's like a vertical liftoff. So it starts off and you're kind of learning, you're implementing, you're sharing, you're learning, implementing, sharing, and then all of a sudden, like a rocket ship, you go vertical like this, literally, guys, okay? And this happens a lot. if you show up, right? Sometimes what happens, people go, oh yeah, I got that, I got it, I already know that, and they stop showing up, right? They stop getting the lessons, they stop plugging in, and then, right, their business, they actually self-sabotage. You don't want to do that. 80% of your success is just showing up. 80%, guys, and 95% is all right here, right in your mind, the power of the mind. Now, I want to reach out here quickly to Helen, because Helen's got a really cool story. Helen, you know, just kept on showing up. She kept on showing up, and then she actually saw her name for the first time on the leaderboards as number 5 for the person that generated the most amount of leads in a single day. So, Helen, congratulations, and share a little bit about your story.
Thank you. So when I first get into the business, like, you know, I'm just sitting on it, but I'm not working on it at all. I'm just sitting on it. But, like, you know, after attending the Millionaires Mentoring for 3 weeks, then I hit the number 5 spot on the most lead in one day. So that is following the step that Darren will be teaching.
Now, Helen, maybe share with the people. So you're a successful entrepreneur. You run an automotive mechanic type of shop. You took that business from being a few $100,000 in the hole to being a highly successful and profitable business. What happened? I mean, obviously you work a full-time job. Have you ever been in a situation where you've made sales on complete autopilot, either in your sleep or while you're at work? Have you ever had anything like that happen for you?
Yes, there were like in one day I have 2 sales coming in while I'm cooking a dinner, having a dinner party in the house. I wasn't at the computer at all, so I have 2 sales coming in one day.
Wow, fantastic. Now, guys, this is all based upon the principles that we teach. Remember that, you know, I sort of at the beginning took you through and showed you the blog, which is your central hub, creating value, solving people's problems. Somebody clicks a banner, they go to a lead capture page, that takes them to an automated sales video, and there's going to be an autoresponder follow-up, right? So a lot of times what happens is that a person can get one of your follow-up emails, read it, click the button, watch the presentation, ping, you made an autopilot sale without even talking to them. And that's the power of the internet. Now, the more fishnet, so to speak, that you have out there between social media, through YouTube, through Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, the more fishnets that you have that can pull the qualified buyers to that blog and to that lead capture page, the more money that you start to make. And it gets really, really exciting just for the average person. Now, here's something that's really cool. We actually, at one of our conferences, had a 12-year-old kid, okay, that wanted to do this. So he got his parents to basically co-sign, right? He surrendered his pride and his ego. He got his parents to finance him, and he ended up generating a $3,000 monthly income just from going through our training. 12 years old, guys. Right? Now, if a 12-year-old kid can make $3,000 a month, why not you? Think about that. If somebody that's 12 years old can create as much income as the average North American family, the average North American family makes between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. If a 12-year-old kid can figure this out by just plugging in and going through our training, why not you? Now, what would an extra $3,000 a month mean for you and your family? Now, keep in mind, a 12-year-old's in school, right? So it's not like he's sitting by his computer the whole time and you know, working away. He's in school at 12 years old. Now, if he can come home, still do his homework, still figure out a little bit of 1 hour or 2 hours to be able to plug into our training and apply the strategies to generate $3,000 a month, Why not you? Think about that. Think about that. Click the link below. Throw your hat over the wall. You're not in business by yourself. Okay, it's your business, right? But you're not in business by yourself. Okay, that's the cool thing here. You have an entire support system, right? You can literally log onto our Facebook group 24/7, guys, 24/7, and find somebody in the group from some other area of the world that is up, right, to get support from that will help you, right? And that's exciting because we're global, right? And anywhere. We have people from the UK, we've got people in the Orient, people from all over Europe, right? People all the way as far away as Africa, right? So it doesn't matter what time that you want to work your business, whether it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock at midnight, or 4 o'clock in the morning, right? We can help you to build an empire so that you can have freedom, so that you can eventually walk away from your job and truly have a lifestyle of freedom, okay? Now, I just want to reach out here to Debbie. Debbie, I know that you plugged into Millionaire Mentoring on the weekend. You had a really cool shift happen because I think in like 24 hours you had like 6 people incoming inquiries, guys, incoming, that reached out to Debbie that wanted to find out about her business, what she does, and to watch her company video. Right? Now, it's important for you to understand that the video is what is going to do the sales for you. The video, right, does the sales for you. And if you're with a company and your video does not convert into sales, it does not get people motivated and excited to be able to join your business, you're with the wrong company, guys. Even if you're the best salesperson in the world, nobody else on your team will be able to duplicate you, right? And the duplication is what creates freedom. So, Debbie, a little bit about your story. You're muted. Debbie, you're muted.
Hi, I'm Debbie from the UK, and a bit like Michelle, I've been in victim mode for most of my life, but since joining Millionaire Mentoring, my whole mindset, my whole life has shifted dramatically. And I found a love for myself that I never ever thought existed. And through that, my outlook on my business completely changed. And because of that, and because of what I've learned in Millionaire Mentoring, I now have people coming to me asking me, Debbie, what's it all about? What you're doing? Show me how to do it, you know, and it's just amazing. You know, I put 2015 to bed on New Year's Eve, and 2016 just talk about a new start. It just has been completely amazing in the last few days, just purely by what I've learned in Millionaire Mentoring, surrendering my ego, surrendering my pride, being coachable, taking everything on board that I learn and putting it into practice. And 2016 has just started with a bang for me. So I thank Darren for Millionaire Mentoring. Got me out of victim mode.
Guys, you know what? We all go through the roller coaster. You know, if you've got a situation that's happening for you where your life is completely falling apart, right? You could have been laid off, downsized, cut back. You could have health problems. You could be in a situation where you've just been separated, divorced. Maybe people in your reality have actually passed away and put your whole system into complete shock, okay? What I want for you to know is that there is a gateway, okay? The sun always comes after the storm, always. You have to understand this. And there's a process that you can get through when you plug into Millionaire Mentoring that will literally speed it up at lightning speed so that you can turn your life around and get back into vertical liftoff. And I'm not kidding here, guys, okay? There have been people, okay, that have come into Millionaire Mentoring that were completely homeless. No joke, okay? They were living on the couch of a friend's at a friend's house. It took them 6 months to have their first $20,000 month from homeless, okay, 6 months of plugging into Millionaire Mentoring, and 3 years later, right, to today, they are now launching their own network marketing company. The homeless guy, okay, now think about the power of what I'm telling you here, that somebody could go from homeless, okay, 6 months later make 20 grand in a month, 3 years later be launching his own network marketing company. Think about how profound that is, right, for a complete life turnaround. So what I would encourage you to do is this. We have a money-back guarantee, guys, on our activation. Okay, so when you get involved and you just show up, right, you've got 14-day window. Okay, if you don't want to participate, no problem, right? It has to be a win-win. So that means that if you get in, right, and you show up and you go, oh, this isn't for me, great, no problem. Opt out, get your money back, and hallelujah, have a nice day, right? Go find some other path for you to get to your wealth and abundance. But I can tell you this, if you are a person that really has finally drawn a line in the sand, and you say, you know what, I'm worth more. I know I'm worth more. I know I deserve my dream. I know that I want to go to the next level. I know that I want to help people. If that's you, and you have this burning desire inside to help change people's lives, starting with yourself and your own family, if you're one of those people, throw your hat over the wall. Click the link below, take action, and we'll see you on the other side. So guys, we're going to wrap for tonight. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, with the MLM Superheroes. I'm fired up for you. I'm excited for you to help to take your life to the next level. Our next Millionaire Mentoring will be on this coming Saturday, right, from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I would encourage you, take action now. The spots go very, very fast. You can see from the panel here, the spots fill up very, very quickly for Millionaire Mentoring. So click the link below, throw your hat over the wall, and I look forward to meeting you on the other side. My name is Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we'll see you at the top. Bye for now.
Thanks, Darren.